Give us the ins and outs of how people can assess their air quality.
Absolutely. That's an excellent question. And one thing I would just say for this whole conversation is it can get rather complicated. Feel free to reach out to us. We will have an individual email, phone call with you to walk you through specific questions and look at your unique situation because it can be overwhelming. But as far as free resources, our site has 200, close to 200 free articles. Many of them walk you through specific indoor assessments, moisture inventories, what's geographically going around, your home, how close is it to cities, what type of outdoor events are taking place, whether it's
Yeah.
allergens or pollen or wildfires or train derailments. I mean, whatever it is that you're going on, we probably have articles specifically on that situation. And then also looking at the structure of your home. Because if you could spend $10,000 on HEPA and underneath your bed, the carpet is moldy and you're going to be kind of losing that battle.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of take it as a holistic approach. It can start very simple and very inexpensive. So in some places that deal with humidity, our favorite recommendation is a $5 humidity monitor where you can look for pockets of humidity because you could have a bathroom that has a vent that doesn't work. Maybe it pushes it up and into a wall. We see that. It's just purely a structural error when they built the home. Your home may have a negative pressure, so it's pulling in particulates from outside. Maybe you have a basement and that has a pressure issue. And so you're either pulling air from the basement up or you're pulling air down and dealing with mold. And you could have an HVAC system that's wrong. So there's a lot of question marks when you first start this process. And it's a lot is in your hands to educate yourself, but then you can also reach out to us and we can walk you through some of those specific questions. But it's something like a breezometer, totally free resource online, gives you very specific air quality where you are based off of a lot of overlapping data, not just a single weather station in your city. Because in your city, they may have a weather station on a hill and the air quality is one thing there, but at your neighborhood, it's different. And
Yeah.
at your neighborhood during rush hour, it's different.
Mm.
And one of the things I say is, um, if you're, say, a school is often in a central location. So schools have much higher asthma rates because they're near the cities. And if you're going to have recess during rush hour, the air quality at that school may be 50 times worse than it is an hour before. Same thing with you. If you're going to go outside to exercise, maybe try not to exercise on a street during rush hour because the exposure is maybe 50 times worse than an hour
Wow.
before. So the air quality is changing a lot. It's not just a
Mm.
static number. And so when you open windows, when you close windows, there's lots and lots of questions, but it
Yeah.
just comes back to kind of educating yourself. And with my own personal journey, I mean, I used to work internationally a lot in Africa as well. And I remember one summer specifically, I was just reminded of this, a month ago or so. Every time I went into the room I was staying for work that summer, I would sneeze so much I would start to bleed. And at the
Sure.
time, I was an educated, young businessman, trying to do my thing. I did not connect that experience with air quality at all. I just didn't have a paradigm for it. So as you start to kind of step into this, you can start to connect the dots and some of those things, and then take steps to protect yourself and to get relief. And some of that is structural. Some of it's very simple things like what cleaning chemicals are you using? Are you adding synthetic chemicals to your environment and trapping them in? Could you just simply open a window when you're cooking and exhaust some of that bad air? So there's lots of simple steps that don't cost money, and it's
Yeah.
just process of educating. Mm-hmm.